I first want to start off by saying the resolution on my videos for a little bit is going to be kind of not the best. The iPhone that I did have, I ended up losing, and my backup iPhone is not as good as that one. And it's also not connecting to my MacBook Pro, but I said, you know what? I really ain't got the time to sit up here and wait for y'all to get along when it's so much going on and so much that we have to talk about. Let me say this. I understand if somebody doesn't come from a good background where they are prone to pick a toxic partner because they were brutally abused or they didn't get to develop that healthy emotional relationship with the opposite sex of their parent. Like, they've been through some stuff that makes them go with the bad boy, makes them go with the man they shouldn't be with, the con artist. But in Jennifer Williams' case, it just don't make no damn sense how she would get with a man who is way younger than her, got 2 to 3 kids, 2 to 4 possible baby mamas, several different felons and charges, and a Ponzi scheme going on. And this who you choose? I said, you know what? Jennifer is a very educated, very beautiful woman, but one thing she ain't got is street sense. She ain't got street sense, street smarts, or common sense that says, uh-oh, hold up, this might not be the man for me. This might not be it. Watching her on Carlos King, I said, okay, now she looked like, you remember when Beyonce be at them games? Well, she don't do it no more. But remember when she used to be at those games and she used to look like she was dozing out? That's how Jennifer looked on the Carlos King interview when he was trying to use all of these intelligent words and phrases to prove that he was a smart man and a financial genius. And I'm like, boy, you ain't nothing but a jailbird that was sitting in there reading books. Shut up. But, you know, make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts down below, subscribe to the channel. And for reality TV recaps, I'm going to start doing those on my TikTok and Instagram. So be sure that you check those out. And you let me know what reality TV shows you want me to review over there. And this ain't Jennifer's first time with a no good ass man. Remember she was with Tim off of Sweetie Pies, who set up his nephew's unaliving for some insurance money? Now I always knew there was something wrong with him based off of how he was shaped. If there was anybody who felt like they might have been born in the wrong body, it was him. And he had every right to feel that way. That boy had wider hips than I got. And I have a child. I don't even think that he's carried a baby. Well, he can't carry a baby in his nutsack. Either way it goes, I said, only thing he missing is some boobies. I can see people mistaking him for like the auntie who decided that she was going to change her life and she was going to become the man that she always felt that she was inside. But no matter how many treatments she went through, she was still that woman on the outside. Like, she couldn't get rid of her hips. She couldn't get rid of her thighs. She couldn't get rid of her breasts. So even though up top she looked like a man, down below she's still a woman. That's who Tim reminded me of. So I couldn't believe that Jennifer was smashing him. I said, girl, at 40 something, your 30s, you got to get to a level of smashing people to where it's like, this ain't going to be a disappointment when I wake up or when I see pictures of us on the internet. This ain't going to be a disappointment. Then she was also with Jaylani. Now, Jaylani was fine. That was a fine man off of Basketball Wives. Yeah, that was a fine man. I didn't like it too much when he smiled because he had a lot of space in between his teeth. And I felt like with all the money that he had, he could have got Invisalign. But other than that, he was a nice looking man. However, they said that was just for a storyline. You know, they met at the speed dating event. So they were saying that wasn't even real. So, oh, okay. That was back in 2021. So it kind of looks like she was dating him recently because that Basketball Wives season just came out in 2023. But they had been done broken up before she got with Christian. Oh, and I forgot she dated Cisco. Cisco from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. That's when I was like, girl, are you just out here dating anybody? Everybody know Cisco is a whore. Cisco is he's the type of that you do not take out in the daytime. You do not let people know that y'all are item. You do not let people know that y'all even know each other past association, rubbing elbows. That's the type of you do not want to be associated with. But yeah, she was associated with him too. Anyway, to me, what Jen's behavior says when she's around Christian is that she craves the bad boy energy. And I understand because I used to be that same woman and I had to dissect, why am I attracted to the bad boys? Why do I keep on wanting to date dudes who are from the streets? Now, Christian is a felon who got locked up over a DV charge. The crazy thing about it is the way he explains it is very, oh, it was just the court systems against me because I'm a black man. And he has Jennifer even believing, oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. But he was charged and convicted with false imprisonment. He literally locked that girl, or his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his children, if I'm not mistaken, on the balcony, took her keys and her car and left her there for days at a time to where she had to jump off the balcony, which is 4 floors up in their apartment, in order to escape. And he's talking very nonchalantly about it, like the people was just trying to throw the book at him. I said, sir. And I said, Jennifer, you don't hear this? So He was holding her against her will. Jennifer, girl, what you think he gonna do to you? Because, he ain't really old enough to have learned his lesson. Like all men who go to jail, when he was in there, he had decided to become a financial genius. The reason why I say he probably read books by Warren Buffett or read up on him is because Warren Buffett became a millionaire in his 30s. Right? Christian was talking about how he is now a millionaire in his 30s and how he had, through his 20s, made $100,000 a year, blah, blah, blah. That's what Warren Buffett had did. So it's like you're taking pieces of what you have learned and trying to create yourself into this credible man, but you're not, because you ain't taking none of the time out to really learn about the stuff you preaching on. Yeah, he was doing the financial thing, but he was scamming on the financial thing, and we gonna talk about that too. So girl, not only does he get out of jail, but he also writes a book. Yes, he writes a book. This is the bestseller that he was telling us about. Here's his book, Spiritual Architecture by Christian LaSalle Walden. Well, that's crazy because now he's going by gold. And in the whole interview, he said people called him blessed. So let's read this. Pushed and motivated by his hardworking mother and spiritual grandmother, Christian accomplished many things growing up. Following behind Darius, his older brother's footsteps, he was able to learn from his mistakes, which gave Walden an advantage over most young men. Though he is not perfect, Christian stumbled a few times, but always managed to stay 10 toes down. How professional. His junior year in high school, going into his senior year, he welcomed his heart and soul, his son Hayden, into the world. So he was a fast ass. Even though he and Alyssa, Hayden's mother, was young, Christian had no regrets. Walden knew it was special because his son was born the exact same day he was, June 18th, 2010, season of the Gemini, which he embraces so much. Oh, Geminis, they got two personalities, ain't it? I've dated two Geminis, and let me tell you, they were the most emotional, temper tantrum throwing men I had ever dated, and they were born towards the end of June, just like he is. I don't know if the little astrology is true, but I will say, on them two mother suckers, it's very correct. So Christian grew up as a superstar basketball player and loved doing what he did best. Following the birth of Hayden, he decided to let go of basketball and pursue a career in fashion. So how the hell was it what he loved to do and did what he did best? He took the leap of faith and enrolled in Savannah College of Art and Design in Atlanta, Georgia. There, he studied in fashion marketing and management. So I wonder if that's where he got that network marketing bullshit. He took his talents that were inherited and started his own clothing brand, Zan LaSalle, which is on the way to be the world's biggest statement brand. Life took a big turn when Christian turned 22. He was sentenced to 10 years to serve 7 in custody and sent to prison. It shocked everyone. It shocked the world. On August 26, 2015, Walden accepted the Lord as his personal savior. God saved his life. He granted him another chance and set him up for gold. Oh, that must be where he got the change in his name. Now he gold because he done got saved by the Lord. You still ain't shit. It's so many ain't shit save evil. Okay. He granted him another chance, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Walden's goal is to help save others through his testimony, just as his heavenly Father saved him. His purpose to God and his family is he will change the world. He will fulfill his major definite purpose. My God is with me. Amen. Christian LaSalle Walden, born June 18th, 1993. He is Queens, New York bred and Atlanta, Georgia fed. He's 30 now. This is back when he first released his book. Through tremendous trials and tribulations in his life, he is still hungry for success. Walden grew up in a single-family home with his mother, Regina, and older brother, Darius, and also his grandmother, Carola. Is that her name? Carola Landis Rice? Should she be making rice? At this rate, he's now a best-selling author, and he has also opened up a gold reserve fund because he's changed his name to Christian Gold, and he is managing people's financial assets and trading them and offering them guarantees and promises that he will make them a millionaire by next year. No, for real. Like, he's saying that he will make these people a millionaire by next year. And you know what's so crazy about him saying that he will manage these people's money? In order to truly be a financial or an asset manager of any kind, you can't be a felon. You can't be a convicted felon. And he is. Like, you have got to go through the background, the experience, the training in order to actually work in these high profile positions. I feel sorry for the people that he was able to scam, but I will say it's so important when people are talking about doing business, look them over. Look them over. Because one look over at Christian, I'd have said, please. you're going to have to show me something. If he got offended, like, why I got to show you my profile? Why I got to do this? Why I got to do that? Why I got to show you any type of references? I'd be like, because you look like you ain't got it in you. Now, I ain't saying it got anything to do with you not having it in you, but you definitely look like you ain't got the experience that I'm searching for in order to hedge my money with. So I just need to see that you have done this before, and that this isn't just a guarantee as in you gonna scam me, but this is a long-term investment. And what Christian ass was selling was bullshit.
And then I'm gonna play a clip of Christian. We have a clip, guys, of Christian coaching and making promises to his victims. All right, so Carmen, part of your backstory and how you got here is you are permanently disabled. You filed, as you're entitled to, you filed claims with Social Security disability. And of course, once you got on disability, your lifestyle and stuff had to change. You had to live more conservatively. And part of how you were so attracted to Christian's financial wealth management program was because he made certain promises that basically encouraged you to give your entire savings to this man.
That's correct.
Please go and follow Girl, Is That Legal? So really enjoy how intelligent she is, but she's just a normal woman. She's a normal common sense type of woman. She ain't for them stupid ass, let's scam and try to figure out how much we can get out of somebody game. She ain't for that.
Go ahead, start with, how did you hear about Christian?
I follow Jennifer on social media, Instagram, and that's how I found out about him. And so I had been, throughout the course of time, I, heard talk about day trading and how lucrative it can be to invest monies in day trading. So when I saw that, he had this, I went on his page on Instagram, same thing that Anonymous did. And I thought I was doing my due diligence as well by going on the website to see exactly what this guy does. He doesn't charge anything for the consultation. He explained to me in the consultation that he can do he said I had two choices. I could choose to allow him to manage my account, which would give not only me access, but he would have access to my account so that he could go in and trade for me. And that fee was $2,500. That is the lifetime account management portion. Correct. Now, if you wanted to go under and become a student, he has a mastery class or program, which he charges, I believe, $10,000.
One of them lost $30,000 messing with this dude. And it's all because he has this fast talking strategy that we all seen in the Carlos King interview that loops people in if you're not catching what he's saying. You feel me?
However, I joined in at the time that he had given a discount, which was for like $1,700, I believe. So I paid $1,700 for him for account management. Now,
here's one of my questions. This was to manage, if you don't mind us knowing, to manage how much money?
However much money that I wanted him to manage. Whatever I funded my account, I had to fund it out of my pocket, which, okay, cool, no problem. Understand why Jennifer is choosing to just go along with and just play along with this whole situation, because he had me for a minute. I literally fell out with my friend Marty. I got into it over this nigga. He was that friend that was telling me, Nene, don't do it.
On Basketball Wives, he was telling Jennifer he needed that $250,000. Well, Girl, Is That Legal found all of the court documents. She actually pulled them. Like I said, she's an attorney. She pulled all the court documents and she reported that his restitution was only $12,500. And y'all know how he was out in another country with Jennifer and how he got caught being out in another country because Jennifer posted it on her Instagram and tagged the country, and the probation officer found out. So he ended up getting in trouble with the law, had to carry his ass back to jail. He out right now. He ain't got a court date until September 6th, but all of a sudden, boom, the restitution was paid that he was saying that he was needing. And it wasn't $250,000. It was only $12,500. Only $12,500. Who you think paid that? Probably Jennifer dumbass. So her sitting up on Carlos King trying to be like, we did pay that. Remember, we did take care of some of the restitution. Remember, we did. Girl, I guess y'all didn't. Or I guess he didn't when he was telling you he was doing whatever he said he was doing with that money you was probably giving him. So at what point is she going to open her eyes and realize, okay, this is not a good man for me? But no, Jennifer want to keep on acting like she don't see nothing. She don't see nothing. Now on September 6th, if the judge decides that they're going to go ahead and keep him on probation and not let him go through this wedding, my question is, do y'all think Jennifer's still going to marry this man? What you think gonna happen? Because now it's gonna be basically Love After Lockup. They may as well switch to that show. That may as well be what they did. Knowing VH1, since this wedding has been so hyped up on the show, I guarantee it was gonna be a big old finale of them getting married and fake crying and all this other type of shit. And Jennifer being like, I never thought I would ever get married. And him being like, yeah, I'm with the love of my life. Or are you with your sugar mama, who you don't mind sleeping with and knocking down in order to get to where you're trying to go? Because this man strikes me as an opportunist. Girl, Is It Legal was talking about all the documentation she found about what happened to that young lady who had to jump off the 4th story of her apartment complex. Said she broke both of her ankles and has a permanent metal rod in her back, was unable to work for 3 months. So you tell me what kind of man this is to trigger that type of reaction out of a woman he locked outside on a balcony. It ain't no telling if it was cold, if it was rainy, if it was anything like that. He just out here being selfish because why? And Jennifer talking about how she didn't want no broke man. That was a deal breaker in their relationship, having a broke man. I watched the intro to their YouTube channel. I said, ugh, yuck, tomato, tomato, tomato. You could tell, you know how Charles is trying to talk more on lives, like he trying to sound like he more of a personality.
This is like the strangest food I ate, but for some reason it ain't nasty.
That's exactly how Christian was. That's exactly how Christian was trying to talk. What's up? You guys already know who we are. We're the couple with the hottest bods and the hottest rods. That's like he tried to come in. I said, oh girl, you don't see he using you as a stepping stone in that. And if you don't see that, then you should have definitely saw it when you was watching the playback of that Carlos King interview. Now I know Carlos was being nice because Jennifer is his friend, but shit, there were alarm clocks going off in my head telling me to wake up for Jennifer. Like, girl, wake up. Come on, open your eyes. Wake up, girl.
Oh my gosh, Jen, you are with a scammer. And they feel like we saw you go through these bad relationships. We saw your ex-husband throw a drink in your face. People are very concerned that you are in a relationship where you are about to get scammed again.
It's like the furthest thing from who he is.
Rise to the top, right?
But so is corporate America.
Carlos would have laughed so bad.
CFO, CEO, CFO. You have supervisors, middle management, and then you have employees. But your boss would never pay you to be his neighbor. Ever.
What quote you get that out of?
I couldn't, and no discredit to corporate America. I respect whatever people are doing in a legal way. It's definitely not for me now to this because I actually stopped because I said I could build a community with this, right? And not only are these people, yes, I may bring in 10 people and those 10 people bring in 20 people. Guess what? That turns into something called residuals, right? And there's probably 7 different ways you get paid. You might get paid from, overrides, level overrides, right? That's how that structure worked.
That's MLM.
But when it didn't work out for the people, he scammed me. So this is not my first rodeo. I've been called a scammer since I was 25 years old, coming out of prison.
There is a content creator who talks exactly like Christian. I just realized this, and it's when the gimmick is when someone tries to one-up you, and it's so hilarious. I'm realizing that he just puts together a whole bunch of shit he learned off a line. That sounds good. That's all he doing. Everything he talks about, it's so difficult to listen to him keep on talking. So I'm gonna just hit some more highlights and then we off of this, man. He does not have the intellectual capacity to really do the things that he's doing. Where'd you get $20,000 from in your savings account for you to be able to afford this lawyer for your first offense? Jen, how young is so young that he didn't understand how he was going to jail for locking a girl on the balcony and taking her car keys and leaving in her car? How young is too young to understand not to do dumb shit like that? I'm not buying that. And I'm not giving a grown ass man who knows how to have kids. He know how to do that part. I'm not about to give him excuses for why he was being stupid. No, I'm not doing it. He's trying to make it sound like he was a really high class stockbroker and understood everything. And he's just not. So anyway.
See what I'm saying? They can tangibly touch it. They want it. Most of them are like, this is just long term. I want to retire. Mm-hmm. I have people that say, my Caucasian clients understand. it's so sad that our clients don't understand. When I lose money, I'm automatically a scammer. I lost a record amount last week. It just it's the game. And I put that on paper and let my clients know verbally and on paper, some or all of your capital is at risk with this.
I don't know what else to say. Jennifer want to act like she don't know he a scammer. She want to ignore all of the outside advice from everybody else. So whenever the chips come crumbling down, they just gonna come crumbling down. She also said in the Carlos King interview that she always prays for God to give her discernment and give her a sign if someone's supposed to be in or out of her life. How ironic, he can't go to y'all's wedding. I bet if he's unable to go to that wedding, that should be her surefire sign that God is telling her, this is not the relationship for you. This is not the one that you're supposed to join in. This isn't it. Maybe you got some different work to do, or maybe you got a different man who ain't a scammer. And he might not be a young bad boy who want to look like Chris Brown, but he really ain't, you know? But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Because I said, Jennifer, girl, you making me as mad as Angela. And I'm talking about Angela from 90 Day Fiance, okay? But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.